I finished! I gave myself a week to finish this baby, but I actually finished it in 3 days, and I could have done it a lot quicker. I really wanted to savor it. I slowed right down. I didn't want it to end. I knew the end was coming because the book was physically running out of pages. So there's a lot of hype around this book and good vibes, so I was really expecting it to be quite good. It personally lived up to all of those expectations that I had for it. It didn't surprise me because I was going into it going, yes, this is going to be good, and then it was good and it was so positive and amazing. So it resounded, is that a word? It resounded with me quite personally because I too have Kath's crazy. If you've read the book, you'll know that she's got, I'm gonna call it an anxiety or a panic disorder, which I have as well. So it was kind of really nice just to get some of those feelings that I have. She was, I'm gonna say it, she was a little less extreme than me, but the sentiment was there, and Kath just had these thoughts and feelings that I just have. The book is sort of a self-discoverance book, so throughout the year she really gets to know who she is and what she's doing and where she is, and she really comes out of her shell a little bit, and I thought that was really nice. There's a lot of quotes in this book. I have a pencil with me when I read, and I underline things and I draw exclamation marks and stars, and one quote that particularly stuck with me was from her tutor in uni. It said, "Do you hate it or are you just afraid?" That really, really got me. I was like, oh my god, that's exactly what I think all the time. I have to come to the opinion that I don't actually hate the thing, I'm just afraid of it, and then you have to face your fears, and that's the whole thing, really, of being alive. And I don't hate much. There's not much in this world that I do hate. Like I say I hate crowds and oceans, but I'm just scared of them. I'm just afraid. So coming over that fear was really something that was nice to have explained. So reading this book felt really personal for me. It's about priorities and getting your shit together, and it really made me want to get my shit together. It's a very inspiring book. It makes me want to write, it makes me want to read, it makes me want to do exactly what I'm doing now, which makes me really happy, and it was a really good start to this project that I'm doing. So I'm really happy that I read it first. And it really described to me why I write. It's like the author, Rainbow Rowell, is a universal writer. Like she just gets in our heads, well, she got in my head anyway, and she knows what it's like to have a crazy creative mind, and she knows what it's like to be writing and just really in that immersive world of actually writing. And it's the same with reading. It's the same. You get stuck in this world and it's all there. It's all in this book. I absolutely loved all of the characters in this book. All of them. Like there wasn't one character that I was like, oh no, god, not this guy again. Which usually happens to me in a book. I'm like, okay, I'm a bit sick of side character B. Or one of the main characters gets at me, sometimes that happens and I'm like, oh god, go back to the other guy. That didn't happen at all in this book. I liked every single person in this book. Even Nick, even her mum, they were all, I could kind of understand them in a way. Not so much the mum, but sort of. It almost feels like I could actually be this character Kath without changing too much about me. Like I always think that I'm the person in the book because you find someone and you just are that character when you're reading a book or a novel anyway. This Kath is probably one of the closest to actually being like me, and that was really nice to have. She's not me, obviously. She's not even close to my crazy. I mean, she's close to my crazy, but anyway, as I was reading it, I started falling in love with the characters, with Kath, with Levi, with the voice itself, with Rainbow Rowell, in fact, and Simon and Baz, and even a little bit with Regan. The only criticism I have for this book is that it ended, and that's pretty damn good. I wasn't ready. I was already reading it slower and really trying to stay inside this novel longer than was physically possible. At the end, it was kind of, it wasn't disappointing at all. I didn't go, oh, when I read it. It was just a little bit bland. Like it just sort of ended and I didn't want it to end. And so I was like, no, there can be more than this. They can totally be more than this. And then there just wasn't. That's not really a criticism, that's just me wanting more, and like, well done, Rainbow Rowell, to leave me wanting more. That's awesome. So yeah, I think I'm off to a really great start with this book. That was Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I don't know if that was a very good review. It was the best of my ability. Maybe I will get really good at reviewing books by the end of the year, but right now I kind of don't know what I'm doing. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Please let me know what I should or should not be doing. The next book that I'm going to be reading is called called? Brian Cox and Jeff Forshaw's The Quantum Universe, Everything That Can Happen Does Happen. Everything that can happen does happen. I'm gonna science it up this week and I'll see you on Friday. I can do this. I can do this. I think that's really encapsulated. I think that's really prevalent in this book. I've got this. I can do this. I did this. This was easy. Perfect. Happy. This, yeah, happy. Bit scared. Very sciencey. It might be a little bit out of my depth, but I'm smart. I'll read it. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.